Hello, my beautiful Bravo fans. This is Kaya and Aaron of the Bravo Wild Black Instagram page. This is the
Woohoo!
Bravo Wild Black podcast. This is our first official podcast, and we didn't really want to start it like this. We actually wanted to start it where we're just, kind of like reviewing the different episodes of the different programs that we watch on Bravo since we are like super fans. But we're coming to you at a pivotal moment of society where the Black Lives Matter movement has been reawakened, and we felt that it was vital to support those who we feel like are supporting us in this movement, because as two Black people that love Bravo, we, just want to feel like they have the same values as us. So this is going to be our first podcast, and we'll be talking about the different shows that we watch and how the Bravolebrities have been reacting or not reacting to the movement.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there are some people who have been a little bit too silent for me, but
Yeah, a little bit
um
too quiet.
yeah, a little bit too quiet. Like, I want people to go beyond the Blackout Tuesday post. Like, how are you, as, the saying is now anti-racist. Like, how are you being anti-racist? But that's not to say that we might have, not missed a few people, because this is just going by their Instagram and what we've seen and
Right.
what we remembered. So if we don't mention someone, it's because we haven't seen much on Instagram, but they could have very well posted to their story. And like you guys know, stories disappear after 24 hours. So, don't kill us. This is just as of June 10th at 6:28 p.m., what's up and what we see from different people.
The word on the street.
The word on the street, as Miss Giselle Bryant would say. Um, we are going to start with Summer House and work our way down to the Real Housewives. And of course, we are going to end with the new tea of the shakeup with Vanderpump Rules, child. Whew.
Shaking my head.
Suck a dick. Okay, so Summer House. I don't want to say that I was surprised, but I would rather use proud that the people from Summer House are really like stepping up. I think the one who has like the biggest platform is definitely Hannah. Her like
Those,
Instagram handle is like Being Burns or something like that. Her name's like
those
Hannah B.
reads. Those reads.
Hannah has been posting a lot of things on her Instagram, not just the Black Tuesday Square, but she's been posting documentaries to watch. She's been posting movies to watch. She has been posting, resources for white people, non-people of color to be actively, like non-racist, anti-racist. As far as Paige, she's been doing the same thing. And I think Paige actually had something where she's like donating money if you buy something from her. And Hannah, I know she did a fundraiser with someone, but that was just so good to see, because it's like they're talking about it and they're being about it. Jules, she is new to the show. She's a woman of color. I think she's from Jordan, I believe, and she has been speaking up. As far as like the OGs, Amanda, Kyle, and Carl, they have Lover Boy. And from Lover Boy, if you buy a T-shirt, I believe they donate some of the proceeds to charity, and that was great to see.
That's so great.
In addition to Kyle's post, he posted something by an Instagram user, and it was like a list of 10 things of like what you just how to be anti-racist and how this movement is different and where to go from here. And I thought that was beautiful. So Summer House has definitely been making us proud, and Luke and Lindsay, they've also posted. And as I said, it might have been more in their stories, but they've been speaking up. So Summer House has definitely been stepping up, and I'm really proud of them.
Proud of you guys. Thank you so much.
Shout out Summer House. Oh, and by the way, with Summer House, I know you don't watch it much, Aaron, but the whole
Don't call me.
TV.
I'm okay, guys. I'm gonna start watching. I promise.
Yeah, this is the thing. I haven't watched seasons 1 through 3. I started with season 4, and I watched season 4 in like 2 days. It was so good. But the tea is the Summer House is put up for sale allegedly, and that's why Summer House fans have been freaking out. Like, if they don't have the Summer House, what's going to go on? Like, where are they going to stay at? But it was recently announced that Summer House has been renewed, and I guess they're finding another house. So if y'all want to come to Miami, we in
Please.
Miami. Come to
305.
Miami. You have friends in Miami, Summer House. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Shaws of Sunset. This is our cast with people of color. All of them are Muslim or Jewish, Iranian. And, they have been stepping up to, I think, like, out of all the people from Shaws of Sunset, Gigi, she has been going the most ham. Like, she's been posting the most relatable things, informative things, and she definitely applauded Bravo for their recent move that we will talk about later on. Reza, he not only has posted, about George Floyd and the murder of George Floyd, but he also recently went live to applaud Bravo for doing what they're doing. And Reza has always been like a homeboy anyway. Who else is it? Mike has posted. Nima has definitely posted. In addition to posting, Nima was actually watching the Watch What Happens Live with Portia on it. And I think that's important because that was so informative. I'm proud of
Very.
Andy Cohen for, calling that emergency Watch What Happens Live and dedicating 2 nights to that. So Shaws of Sunset is definitely doing the damn thing. Oh, I can't forget MJ. MJ was one of the first to be like, this is wrong, this is heartbreaking. And MJ definitely did contribute to the conversation. And she's posted resources and things of that sort. Karma, just like, I just called you out about Summer House.
Now it's my turn to finally call you out because it's this show called Family Karma. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I have not seen all the episodes, but one of my favorite characters is Anish, and she has been doing a lot lately on her
Yes,
social
come
media,
through,
especially on
Anish.
Instagram, by stating racism is a micro dick energy. Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
that's the type of energy that we want to
Is it
discuss in
not?
2020.
Is it
Racism is
not?
small dick energy. Can you
Thank
please
you.
tell them? Can
Thank
you
you.
please
If you are
tell the
listening to
people?
this and you are anti Black Lives Matter, you are anti equality, you are anti LGBTQIA, you have a small dick. I don't make the rules, Anish does.
So and then we also had Vishal who participated in the Blackout Tuesdays, and multiple cast members like Monica. She also participated. We have Amrit. We have Brian. So they all participated in the Blackout Tuesdays from what I've seen. So way to go, guys. You did a great
Way to
job.
go, family. You are the newbies and you are setting a great example for some of the OGs who haven't been posting as much as they should or talking about this as much as they should. So go Family Karma. I love it.
Like, I'm really excited for them, and I feel like their show is gonna do numbers next season because they have a
Yeah.
lot of good drama, a lot of good stuff. So
Ooh.
I'm definitely excited for that season
I'm gonna
too.
catch up, especially because they're doing the damn thing. So I'll catch up with Family Karma. I'm sure that I'm gonna like it though, because I think they plugged it one time after Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I was just sleepy, so I just didn't get into it. But I'm sure that if they get a season two, that's when most shows pick up.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, and we also have Married to Medicine. I seen Mariah Huck having
Ooh.
her children out on the front line. Did you see that?
Yes, I definitely did. I
That
think that she
is
was also talking about voting, which is a huge part of, just changing everything.
yes, yes, yes. Her and her two children, they spent the evening on Wednesday at the peaceful protest in McDonough, Georgia. Um,
Oh.
so they were out there and they were doing stuff. They had their signs. You should have seen them.
Ooh, I'm proud of them. Thank God, because you don't really want to expose your children to the face of hate so early. Like, I agree that kids should be kids, but at the end of the day, this is what's happening, and this is what we want to prevent them from seeing when they are adults. We want to teach them to be loving, caring, active, adults with hearts. So I definitely support it.
Yes, yes. And then you have the other Married to Medicine stars that I want to mention, of course, that did come out and speak about the importance of voting. You had Dr. Jackie, who made all kinds of posts on her story and Instagram explaining the importance of voting. And you
Hmm.
also had Heavenly. Heavenly was very active on her social media.
Paging Dr. Heavenly.
She's been, Heavenly is my girl. Sometimes she
Oh
might
Lord.
say some out of line stuff,
Right.
but for the most part, Heavenly has a good heart. She's hilarious. I love her. So no
I'm
bad
here for
vibes
Dr.
about.
Heavenly.
I'm so here for Dr. Heavenly, and I want to make that apparent. So if you hear this, Dr. Heavenly, please
Dr.
follow our
Heavenly, we
page.
are paging you in our time of need, Dr. Heavenly.
We're so here for you. Married to Medicine, and I'm not gonna forget to mention Quad because Quad and
Absolutely.
Heavenly. Those are my
Absolutely Quad. Is that
those
not
are
her
my two
Instagram
girls.
handle?
Absolutely
Absolutely
Quad.
Quad, right? What an iconic Instagram handle. Like, it's not just Quad, it's absolutely Quad.
Miss Quad, Miss Quad.
Definitely, definitely the Beyonce energy of when, I don't know what host that was. They were like, "You are Beyonce," and Beyonce was like, "Thank you." I feel like that's the same energy that Miss Quad gives off. It's like, "You're Miss Quad. Thank you." Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch OC last season. I've never really seen much of OC. I don't know who's a current member, who's a past member, so please bear with me with that. The main one that I want to point out in OC is Bronwyn. She has not only been posting about the death of George Floyd, about the Black Lives Matter movement, about Breonna Taylor, about Ahmaud Arbery, but she had a post that I think it went viral when she was like, "If you killed my son, I'd be out there too." And this is when the protests first started, and like everyone was criticizing it. She's like, "If you killed my son, I would burn the damn city down." I think that's what it said.
Absolutely.
And she meant it. So not only has she been sharing informative posts and things like that, but she was actually out there, and she was out there with her kids. She was marching, she was protesting. So shout out to Broadwin. I hope that she is a current cast member. If not, she was an OC. So we're gonna move on to New Jersey. As far as Teresa, she posted the Black Heart. Melissa Gorga, she posted the Blackout Tuesday. Dolores has been, I think personally, the most vocal. She's posted multiple posts like condemning, racism, how to be anti-racist, the whole thing with George Floyd. She posted that. Margaret Josephs, she's also posted. I'm not really too familiar with the New Jersey girls, other than the fact that, Teresa went to jail and her husband went to jail and her husband got deported and now they're getting a divorce. So that's New Jersey. Real Housewives of New York. This has become a new fave of mine. I have been
Luann?
feeling Giovanni. You remember the Giovanni music video and like Cynthia Bailey was in it and like they were doing the damn thing?
I kind of remember. I remember bits and pieces.
Well, I remember the whole thing and Cynthia Bailey was in it. And like I swear I made my mom watch the Feeling Giovanni music video. But that's besides the point. We'll talk about that another day.
Shout out to
Luann
Cynthia
has
Bailey.
definitely been posting Ramona. Okay. Ramona, she had her little whoopsie. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to, where she was just trying to say all lives matter. And, you know, if you haven't heard this cliche by now, I'm going to say it so you can hear it and you can take that with you and it can settle in your soul. We're not saying that all lives don't matter, but what we're saying is Black lives are being treated as dispensable, disposable, and you can do anything that you want to Black people without repercussions. And it's been that way for quite some time now. So all lives can't matter until Black lives are treated equally. And
Preach.
I just think that we want equality and we don't want revenge. So, with that being said, I believe there was something where Ramona posted All Lives Matter. You know, they came for her neck, thank God. And I think she educated herself. And, you know, she's been on the Black Lives Matter train ever since.
And I want to say that's also very important. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's okay to make a mistake and,
Yeah.
and learn
And
from it
educate yourself.
and just do better.
Yeah,
That's
that's all we
okay.
can ask.
That's okay.
Sonia Morgan, I don't see anything from her as of right now. I didn't see anything from her, you know, in the past, but I didn't see anything that's like anti Black Lives Matter either. So I guess she's neutral. And since she's neutral, I'll be moving on. Tinsley, she's posted a black square. I'm not sure if she's posted anything past that, but she's posted the black square. Leah Mob, that's the newbie. She has been giving the New York girls hell. Okay, this is, if you don't know this, this is a Leah Mob Stan account. This is a Leah Mob Stan podcast. Well, for me at least. I don't know about Aaron. I don't know if he's
You
been
know
watching
what?
New York,
I'm not too familiar with you, Leah, but
but you've heard
I
about her, I
I
feel.
have heard about you, and me and Kay are pretty good friends, so I'll definitely take her
Yeah,
word
just
on
take my
this.
word for it. Leah, she has the Married to the Mob clothing line. So she's always been in the know. She's always had her ear to the street. She's always been, you know, like a progressive woman. Not only has she been posting about these things, not only has she been posting informative, you know, articles and readings and things of that sort, but she was actually out there in New York in the thick of it. And she's been, you know, going back and forth with her followers. And I think she even called out her dad. She
Oh my god.
Leah called out her dad in the comments section, and you know he didn't say anything out the way, but she was like, "Listen, Dad, this is what happened, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I love you," and I just love that. And she's had a streetwear like line, and I respect her, and I love her, and I think she's a great addition to the cast who thinks that they're, you know, like really high society, but at the end of the day, they get drunk and they get fucked up just like Leah. And the other New York lady that I want to shout out is Dorinda. Dorinda didn't just post like the black square and move on. She definitely has been posting multiple things about George Floyd, about racism, about all of this that's going on. And Dorinda, you know, Dorinda is that bitch.
See you, Dorinda. I see you.
We see you, Dorinda. She posted about Breonna Taylor too, and I think that's super important because while we're talking about George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Trayvon Martin and all these black men who have been killed, we have to talk about the Black women, and we have to talk about the LGBTQ, because when we say Black people, we mean all Black people. So
All
shout
black.
out to Dorinda, shout out to Leah Mobb, and yeah, that's New York. New York has been, doing the damn thing too. Real Housewives of Dallas. Now, this is a Housewives franchise that is, I think has the same amount of seasons, or maybe like one season less than Potomac. I'm not sure, but they came around at the same time, and I got into Real Housewives of Dallas last year. And some people have posted, some people haven't.
Dun, dun,
As
dun.
I know that Stephanie and Brandy, they have posted multiple times. Stephanie a little bit more than Brandy. Cameron posted, like, her message wasn't really going along the lines of the Black Lives Matter statement, but it wasn't against it. It was just something a little bit more genuine, like from her heart. So Stephanie's good. Deandra not only posted, because people were calling her out, because I guess she posted a picture of her eating a hamburger, and people were like, what the fuck are you doing? What does this have to do with anything? Do you understand the state of the world right now? And I think that she was actually already working on something. So she not only posted things about this, but she had like a meeting with her Black peers where she discussed race and what's going on in the world. And she made, a very lengthy statement. And she's been actively trying to be, quote unquote, anti-racist. So I'm
Okay.
pretty proud of Deandra. And Carrie Britt. She's the newbie. She is the one that is from Mexico. She is the one who added diversity to the cast of Real Housewives of Dallas. And if you watch Dallas, you know what went down last season with Miss Carrie and Miss Leanne. And let's just say Carrie's the only one that will be coming back. But yes, Miss Carrie has been posting about it. So Dallas girls, we are done with that.
Miss Carrie, baby.
Exactly. Thank you. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So this is your fave, Aaron.
Okay,
I guess
first
I'll let
off,
you go. I'll let you do Miss Renna. Miss
I'm
Renna,
glad
Miss
you
Renna,
asked.
Miss
I'm
Renna.
glad you asked.
Yeah, I knew that if I didn't ask, you were going to bring it up anyway. And,
Um,
I stand Renna too. So,
I love me some Lisa Rinna. Can I just say that? And
amen.
she has just been posting so much on her Instagram, all these videos. She's been posting. She actually posted a video in a clip of Gianna Floyd too. And I
Oh,
thought that was really cute for her.
yes.
Um, and then we have Garcelle as well.
Garcelle, we love you, girl. From the
And I
Jamie
love
Foxx
Garcelle.
show, from the JB Foxx show,
Listen,
and
I've
from
been
Spider Man. Let's
I've
like,
been
let's just
following
say,
you for a long time, Garcelle, since the Jamie Foxx show. Waking up in like elementary school just to watch you and
yes,
Jamie walk around that
run that
hotel
hotel. And
and
she
do your
was being a
damn
nurse,
thing.
right? I think she was studying to be a nurse also. So she was trying to be an essential worker on the show. So relevant right now. And she's also in Spider-Man. She plays the mom in the first Spider-Man Homecoming. So I know that that's like a fucking nerd fact or like a Marvel fact, but she plays the mom in Spider-Man. There's that.
And I also seen that movie that she did with Ryan Destiny. It was like I believe a
Oh,
smaller film, but it was really good. I really
nice.
appreciate it. You can actually watch it on YouTube if you guys are interested. It's pretty good.
Oh, what a nice plug. Are you getting paid for that? If anyone wants to sponsor us, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we are taking sponsors. This is our very first episode. All right, maybe y'all want to tune into the next one because this one isn't as funny as it can be. But, anyways, go ahead.
Yes, oh yes, okay. And then we have Erica Jane.
Erica Jane. This is let me get Erica Jane.
I got you.
Miss Erica Jane. Like, not only do I stand her style and her talent, but she has been gathering the girls in her comment section. Okay, she has been posting in support of Black Lives Matter. She has been posting in support of anti-racism, and a couple people actually tried to call her out because her son is a police officer, and she's like, yeah, guess what, and I raised him to love all people, and I raised him not to be racist, so is there a problem? If there is, check your code at the door. Thank you. So this is an Erica Jane Stan account also. um Teddy Mellencamp, she has posted, I believe she's also donated, don't quote me on that though. Kyle Richards, she definitely posted like an anti-racism video, and she posted the black square. And my other fave, Denise Richards, she's definitely shared a few things about George Floyd, about Blackout Tuesday. And I just want to say that I love Denise Richards. I love her as an addition to this. I love her as a friend of Garcelle. And I do also want to make the point that Garcelle has been making sure, like her peers have been adding to the conversation, have been being anti-racist, have been being active. And I love Garcelle for that because, as a Black person with white friends or, on a show that's mainly white people, you want to know that they
That's very
support you
important.
and your people, and she's been checking on that, and she also always say thank you and all that stuff, and it doesn't go unnoted. Who else? Dorit has definitely posted, and yeah, that is our Beverly Hills girls. We definitely love them, and we're proud of them. Now, Real
Okay,
Housewives.
we also have Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that's always great. Um
Mhm. Go
Portia,
ahead.
Portia, that's like the biggest thing. Can I stretch that any
You
further?
can, yeah, you can take Portia because Portia has been living in her legacy is what I would like to call it. And Portia, we see you, we appreciate you, and you have been doing the damn thing.
You really have. You really have. Just like between marching and just being such a good example for our people and just standing with us. I really appreciate that. And that interview that she did last night with Andy and W.
Oh,
Kamau
yes.
Bell.
Yes. It was two parts. In case you guys haven't seen it, I think you can find it on YouTube. It was a special Watch What Happens Live. It was Monday and Tuesday, but then before on Monday, not only was she on that, but she was also on a live Instagram thing with Candy and Giselle. We'll get into that a little bit later. But go ahead, Aaron.
Yes. But that interview that was really good. I loved it. She made so many great points. I also seen Nene. Nene's been doing her thing as well.
Yes. Nene has been out, and her and Greg, even though Greg has just beat cancer, and the corona is still out there, guys, so please, I cannot stress enough, if you're protesting, if you're going somewhere, if you're leaving your house, if you're going to work, please continue to be safe and wear those face masks,
Wear that
wash those
mask.
hands, squirt that Bath and Body Works little hand sanitizer. Don't let anyone tell you that Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer does not work, because guess what, it does. Thank you.
It does. It really does. And
And it
just make
smells good.
sure, make sure you have that. They have so many things now. Make sure you're wearing protective shades or goggles if you can, because everybody's sneezing, coughing. You don't want all those germs.
Exactly. Even if it's just a cold, like you never know if you got the Rona. So please protect yourselves. Anyways, so Nene was protesting with Greg. She's been out there. A really important thing that she did was talk about something that has been going on in urban quote unquote neighborhoods a lot, which is voter suppression. Yesterday was one of the voting days for Georgia, and Eva has gotten online, Portia has gotten online. Basically, all of them have been telling people to exercise their right to vote. And when Nene went, she went early, like when they first, before they even opened, and the machines weren't working. So they had to cast their ballot on paper, which was, some people just don't trust paper anymore, and I definitely don't blame them. But she shed a light on voter suppression, so shout out to Nene for using her platform, because Nene is one of the most followed people on Real Housewives of
Mm.
Atlanta, and she was very vocal about that. Eva has been posting about voting, posting informative articles, posting videos that Black people relate to and that white people can use to educate themselves. Eva has been, and she's on the radio show also, I believe. So of course she's been talking about it on the radio show. Is she still on the radio show?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, but even if she isn't, don't quote us. Um, she's been using her platform. Kenya Moore has been using her platform. Tanya, unfortunately, her business, it got looted, but she took it as collateral damage for a bigger movement, which this is. So she didn't let that get her down. She didn't let that make her bitter. Tanya is a soldier, and Tanya,
Out to Tanya.
shout out to Tanya.
Because
Like, you
Tanya's
took
so
an L.
sweet. She doesn't
She's so
deserve
genuine.
that. She doesn't deserve it. But you know what? I'm so glad that she realizes the bigger picture and she's acknowledging
Yes,
that. That's the most important part.
absolutely.
So
She
I
didn't
love
let that make her bitter. She didn't let that, make her go on an offensive rant or anything. She just let her fans know what was happening. But she made it clear that she doesn't care about, her business being looted, that there's a bigger problem at hand, and we are all in this together, like Zac Efron on High School Musical.
and Vanessa and Baby V.
Oh, it's
Vanessa
Baby V. I
Hudgens.
ain't, I ain't gonna talk about Baby V, but who else? Portia, Eva, Nene, Kenya, Marlo. Shout out Marlo. Marlo has gotten the girls from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, and Married to Medicine to come together for one beautiful video. Check out Marlo's profile. Go click on that video. Go watch that video. It's very powerful.
Very.
Who else is on Atlanta? Who are we missing? Candy. How could we miss
I
Candy,
don't
girl?
know how, because Candy did a
We
really good.
we saved the best for last. This is what we did. We saved the best for last. Candy. She appeared on an Instagram live with Justin from E's Daily Pop, aka at the Later Sitter, and they had an Instagram live. And Candy brought up so many good points that you can find on our profile. Not only did she talk about what was going on, like on the ground, this entire movement, and why she thinks this is so powerful, but she also gave extremely good information about what
She did.
people can do to change the society that we live in, the systemic racism. Her points included, like, if you're an executive and you look around you and there's no Black people around you, you need to change that. If you own a company, you have no Black employees, change that. Like, she made it adamant that we need to have people of color, we need to have Black people in the, not just as an employee, but also in the boardroom.
Diversity in the
Mm-hmm.
boardroom
In
and
the
in
boardroom, in
higher
the executive rooms.
positions. We
Absolutely. So,
need to have our say so put out there. We need to have that. It's so important. It shapes everything the correct way, because when we have all walks of life in businesses and workplaces, it shows.
absolutely. It's so important. Real Housewives of Potomac. So Miss Giselle, we got to start with the word on the street. I can't stop saying that.
Word
Ever
of the
since I
street.
heard her say that, I have to talk about Miss Giselle Bryant. She was also on that Instagram live on Monday. It was at 7 p.m., as I said, with Justin of E's Daily Pop. She talked about, because, her father was a part of the civil rights movement, back in the day. I can't believe we're still marching for this shit. But anyways, her father was a part of the movement back then, and she is taking in her father's legacy and carrying it on. And she's even passing it down to her kids. She talked about her daughters, right, Aaron?
Yeah, she talked about her daughters and how her daughters have experienced racism in school. She also talked about, I believe her daughter just recently graduated, and the principal, she said the principal said that there needs to be more diversity in the
The
boardroom,
teachers.
and
Yeah.
he pointed that out.
What a good example. And, that's what the difference is, that I think Portia, Giselle, and Candy all said that white people are realizing, they need to be the change that they want to see in the world. And
Exactly.
that's just beautiful. It's great to see. Giselle also brought up the fact that they went protesting and her daughters organized a protest. And she said that it was mainly, white people at the protest. And I think that's just so beautiful because we are
Yeah.
really coming together, guys. We're
You know,
really coming
And
together.
that story was so touching because she said that her dad got emotional. She said her dad loved what he saw. He loved that she was educating her children and standing with them. And I think that's so important to make your children aware of the issues going on in society and stop trying to hide and cover everything, cover things up from them, because eventually it comes a point where they have to become aware of what's really going on.
Yeah, and it's not like children don't experience racism. Like studies show that racism starts early. It starts early without, not that people are telling their toddlers to not like black people, like, but it starts when you are around other black children, you're around other children of other races and religions, and you might not understand these things, but there are behaviors in younger children that are prejudiced sometimes. So it's important for them to understand this as they're growing up, to make sure that they're surrounded by people of every race, color, ethnicity, whatever religion, and just teach them to be loving, good people.
Because
um
it starts at home,
it starts at
and that's
home.
on that.
Hmm. Anyways, Real Housewives of Potomac. Giselle. So we got Giselle down. Mrs. Monique Samuels. She has been very vocal. She has been talking about voting a lot. Also, she went to vote. She has been posting a lot of things. Ashley has been posting a lot of things. Ashley Darby, the new mommy. Who else is on Potomac? Oh, the Grand Dam. We cannot forget the Grand Dam.
Of course, of
Karen
course.
Huger.
Car.
This Kern. I love the Grand Dame. Absolutely, yeah. So as usual, she has been posting. She posted about Breonna Taylor, and not only has she been posting, but she's and this is inappropriate, but she's been serving looks. She has been serving looks
She
on her
definitely
Instagram.
has. She definitely has. Those wigs are always a 10. Always.
Well, they have definitely improved since the lunch table trial, but she's been posting throwback. You know that we remember that. That was one of the most iconic,
And that's not
most
even shade,
amazing.
because
It's not.
listen, we appreciate all the housewives looks that maybe weren't all that great.
But
And
what we can
so,
say is that they stepped up and they corrected it and they got in their bag and they got out of their
and they did.
feelings.
And in that year, in that time era, they did serve those looks. So
Absolutely.
that's that.
But yes, Karen has been serving looks and posting information, and she was a part of the video with Marlo. Like I said, many of the girls were a part of that. The new girl, Wendy. Wendy is, well, maybe I should back it up. Candy. Candace. Not Candy. Candace Dillard. She has been going ham
Good
because she's
night.
have you ever heard a person sing good night like that? Was that not iconic?
think that was one of my favorite moments, and I don't think people talk about it enough.
They don't. They don't. I have never really heard anyone quote that exact moment. All they want to bring up is when she pulled out a knife, and it's just like, okay, she pulled out a butter knife. Damn.
And we're
But
gonna
anyway,
stop talking about. We're gonna get off of that. Okay.
anyway, well, she pulled it. Sometimes you have to pull a knife. You know what? Sometimes you. Okay. Anyways,
We're gonna get off of that.
don't pull a knife. Don't blame me. You're hearing
Stay
it
in
now from the
school,
source.
kids.
Stop pulling knives. So Candace, she also always like talks about race anyway, because being black is a 24-hour job. So black people are also like always talking about race sometimes because it affects us. It really does. And now people are like understanding how important it is. But Candace, she is very educated. She knows what she's talking about, and she puts facts behind her words. So Candace has been doing the damn thing, and that's my favorite phrase because I've used that about six, 7 times. But Candace has been on it, and her friend Wendy, she is the new girl on Potomac. I am looking forward to seeing Wendy on Potomac, but she has been posting. She's been dropping facts. She's been making statements. She's been, talking about a lot of people. I think almost all the people that we mentioned before. What I forgot to say is that they've been sharing petitions because petitions are also extremely important. So if you can't do anything else, you can sit your ass down and you can type and you can sign a petition.
Or open your purse.
Or open your purse. Let me see. So yeah, Wendy has been, doing the damn thing. And I think that is all of our Potomac girls. Yeah. Giselle, Ashley, Karen, Candace,
Okay.
Monique,
So I think
Wendy.
we're ready to get into.
Yes, our last thing, because we don't watch Below Deck, but we plan to watch Below Deck. So shout out to Below Deck, whoever has been posting. We love you. But we got to catch up with y'all before we talk about y'all first. So the last thing on our list is,
Pump
oh
rules.
God,
Pump rules. Pump
in
rules.
the you know that it's our time. These are the best days of our lives. I just want to say that Faith Stowers and Billy Lee tried to tell y'all. At least Billy Lee tried to tell y'all, but Faith Stowers definitely. I know that this is just being dug up again, but she has said in the past what happened to her. So we're going to get into it. This all started because the Vanderpump Rules girls were posting about Black Lives Matter, were posting that black square. Before we get into the mess, I would like to shout out Ariana Maddox, Tom Sandoval. They've been protesting. Who else protested? Lala Kent, she protested.
My girl Lala.
Lauren from Utah, Miss Reincarnated Tupac. Who else? James Kennedy, he was out there.
I was just about to say, what about my man's James Kennedy?
White Kanye in the house. White Kanye was on Beverly
I
Hills
think we can all
protesting.
appreciate James Kennedy, and I just want to put that out there.
What had happened was all these people are posting Black Lives Matter. They're posting Blackout Tuesday. They're posting Amplify Melanated Voices. And then Faith, who you already know, she hooked up with Jax. Jax was on and off with Brittany. Brittany got mad, forgave Jax within like 3 episodes. And that was that. Faith was never to be seen again. She went on Instagram Live to finally tell her side of the story. And it was a complete shit show after. Like, in the matter of like, I'd say maybe like a 5-day span, Stassi went from being Miss Pinot Grigio to Miss Capri Sun because she doesn't have a job anymore. And Kristen got the boot right along with her. It's a messy situation, but what I don't really have too many thoughts about this other than the fact that they made the right decision. But I do want to say that this has been a long time coming, kind of, because it is, when you look back at it, you realize that she shouldn't have been given so many chances, because it's not like they just fired her for, basically what she did
Yeah.
was call the police on Faith, and then when the police didn't take it seriously, she escalated it to the military police, because Faith was in the military and they really didn't do anything about it. And, Stassi went on podcasts writing about it. Kristen tweeted about it because she was her accomplice. But Stassi has been pretty problematic for some years now, dating back to when the Black Lives Matter movement was first around. I don't know, maybe it wasn't the first time that it's been around, but it was popular a few years ago. And she went on her podcast and was like, why is everything about Black people? Why does that have to be Black Lives Matter? Why aren't Hispanic people? Why aren't Asian people? Blah, 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 blah. And then she also said a couple of controversial things about the Me Too movement. And she basically literally said that no man can, quote unquote, make her give him, oral sex. And that was just fucked up in itself, because it's like, thank God that you haven't been raped, but that's just not the case for other people. So, they addressed it on Vanderpump Rules when Billy Lee
Is
came.
she okay? Like, okay,
Like,
I
no,
mean,
but are we okay? Because why did we, as a fan base,
that's true.
continue to watch Vanderpump Rules after that? But the good thing about it is that now, we are, I don't want to say woke, but we are being more conscious and we are holding people accountable.
I definitely see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I stand
So,
with you, Faith. So I just want to put that out there too.
yes, Faith, we love you. And we always wanted to know what happened to you, because at the end of the day, you were single. He was the one who was on and off with Brittany, and you got booted for no reason. Well, she said that she left the show, so either way, you didn't get treated right, period. You didn't
I
get a
hope you get your
confessional,
spin off.
you
I
didn't
hope
get a tell all.
everything you deserve. So
Yes, everything she just, and she's a mom now. So it's like everything worked out because she went over to MTV, got her coins on MTV, and she's a mom now. So shout out to Faith. But Stassi Kristen Dunzo, which is a WeHo Dunzo, and I am a Katie stan. No one is a Katie stan, but I am a Katie stan, and I would just like to rub it in you guys' face that Katie is the only one standing out of the witches of WeHo, and that says a lot. So shout out to Katie. But also, what the hell you gonna do now, Katie, that Stassi is not there and Kristen is not there? Hopefully Sheena Shea. Oh, shout out to Sheena Shea. She has been posting things too.
the real queen.
Sheena carried the entire season.
This is
If
all
we're being
happening.
honest, it's all happening, and we're good as gold, baby. So yeah, Kristen, Stassi done. The other two that got fired was Max and Brett. They had racist and homophobic tweets from 8 to 10 years ago. Lisa glazed upon it. They addressed it at the reunion. They apologized for it. But Bravo was like, you got to go. And I definitely understand that. So that's
Yep.
Vanderpump Rules. But, what do you think is going to happen now?
I mean, I feel like honestly, if anything, Lisa's gonna worry about the next season, whether she's going to, I don't know, is she gonna take everybody off and start with a clean slate, or
I
is she,
feel like there should either be an OG spinoff with the original
Mhm.
members minus Kristen Stassi, and then there are a lot of people who don't want Jackson Brittany, who I definitely understand why people don't want Jackson Brittany. So maybe they should have an OG spinoff and then do a whole new revamped Vanderpump Rules,
I'll
or they
be
could keep the girls. They can keep the girls they have now, because
yeah.
Charlie, Danica, Dana, they've all, I believe that they marched. If they didn't all march, they definitely posted and have been calling people out and have been putting their money where their mouth is. So those new girls, as far as the Black Lives Matter movement, they've been a part of it and they've been active, very active.
Mm.
As far as Vanderpump Rules, I don't know if they're going to get a show based around them, or if
Me
they're gonna like,
personally, I think the old cast is kind of done. Just because I think the main focus with the old cast was their relationship with, Stassi and the pot stars like Jax and Kristen.
yeah,
But without them, are they going to really be able to provide? I'm pretty sure they would be able to put a
they
show.
would definitely be able to put a storyline together. But it's like, do we want to see it?
Exactly. And I mean that in the nicest way because
Yeah,
I like, the OG cast, but it's just being honest.
yeah, exactly. And I've heard a few different ideas that Bravo fans say they could do the Vanderpump Las Vegas one. They can just take the show to Vegas because Lisa opened a SIR in Las Vegas. So they could have a Vanderpump Vegas, and that'll be the new Vanderpump Rules. They can also do the same Vanderpump in WeHo and just have a new cast, or they can base it off of the newbies that are left standing, which is Dana, Danica, Charlie.
I think the main focus is I want to know, is Lisa's next project going to be diverse?
Exactly. That's the one thing on everyone's mind. As much as Vanderpump Rules and Lisa Vanderpump, she put out a statement.
Mhm.
Don't have time to read it, but she said what she said. You can just look it up. We shared it to our story. So we want to see people of color, and we definitely want to see LGBTQ plus people, because that's the pride of Vanderpump Rules. They show up at Pride every year, but they don't really have, other than Ariana, who's out and proud, God bless Ariana, but they don't really have a diverse cast, and that's what we're looking for the next season. So whatever you do, make it diverse. We just want to see a show that reflects the world around us. That's it. That's all we want to see. And
And
that's not too
Ariana,
hard.
I like your hair. I just
Oh,
want to put
yes.
that out there.
Is that the bob?
The bob. The
Oh, we love a
bob.
good bob. Aaron loves a good bob.
I can
Aaron
appreciate that,
loves
you
a
know?
bob.
And I'll be honest, it was a rocky start when I first started watching Vanderpump Rules. I didn't know how I felt about you, Ariana. I really didn't know. But
But she has really come into her own,
she
and
has.
it's so relevant when they played the prank on the latest season. I don't know if you got to that episode yet because you're catching up, but there is an episode where Jax played a prank on Tom Sandoval, and they called the fake police. They staged it, and Katie and Ariana were like, in the climate that we're in, some people don't have the luxury of joking around about the police or with the police, and it's so relevant right now because this is
Very true.
exactly what's going on right now. We don't have Black people don't have a good experience. People of color don't have a good experience a lot of the times with the police, so you shouldn't really joke about that.
That's extremely
But
true, and I want to bring this up again because I think it's important. That interview that Portia did last night,
yeah.
with Andy Cohen and W. Kamal Bell, when Andy talked about white privilege last night,
Mm,
and I thought that was completely awesome that he said
right.
that. He was like, as a white man, I have never had to think about my race very often, and I'm
Exactly.
like, and that is an example of like white privilege. That's like he worded that so great. So I just want
Yeah.
to shout out to Andy.
Oh, Andy, we just wouldn't even be here without Andy. Like, shout out to my mom, but
Shout out to my mom too. I'm pretty
shout out to
sure
our
she's not
moms. We
gonna
love you.
listen, but
Yeah, we love you, mom, and we're sorry that we're cursing, but we're adults now, and we also would not be here without Andy Cohen because we'd have nothing to talk about.
yep, yep. So
But okay, so we want to end this on what Bravo is doing to further social justice and make everything equal, everyone equal. They have announced that they're part of $100 million like budget where they're going to put money in different areas, whether it's like minority owned businesses, whether it's employee training, things of that sort, whether it's donating to um, different charities that help people of color. So Bravo is definitely showing initiative, and they put out a statement, and they fired some of the problematic people. There might be more problematic people that they have to fire, but Bravo is definitely doing something about, they're making the world change, because they have eyes on them, and it's people from all around the world, all religions, all colors, watching Bravo, and it's great for them to set an example, and I look forward to seeing what else they're going to do.
I do too. I do too. And I feel like they're going to do a great job and really show us. So hopefully they bring it, I'd say 2021, maybe October, November.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we don't have to wait that long, but realistically, that's what it's going to be, because it's like
Summer, spring,
between
fall.
summer, spring, fall, she by Sheree. Okay, so yeah, shout out to Bravo for listening to their people. There may be more firings coming. There might be more news of shows diversifying, of cast members being added and subtracted. And we will definitely be watching. Unfortunately, we won't be watching a lot coming up, because Beverly Hills is on a break, honey. And we thought it was just going to be a week
Now, why
break.
would they do that to me? I cannot go that long
I don't
without
understand,
seeing.
because it's like, okay, if Beverly Hills was just on a break, fine, I would have New York. But guess what? New York comes on Thursday, and then they're gonna take a 2 week break. So there's gonna be like, guys, tell us what to watch in between. We're gonna start Below Deck. We're gonna start Below Deck Med. But what else are we gonna watch? What
Check
the
this
hell
out.
are we gonna do?
They need
Check it out.
to bring back Housewives of Potomac like tomorrow. Like
They
not
need to
even.
they need to air all of the episodes of Housewives of Potomac in one day, in order to make up for what is going on. Do you
It's
not agree?
ridiculous. I agree. I completely agree.
Just kidding, guys. Okay, the reason that Potomac is pushed back is because of the editing, and obviously coronavirus. But they finished filming, but it's mainly editing. And as far as Real Housewives of New York and Beverly Hills, there's a rumor that it's because of editing also, because now these people are having to edit from home. So even though things are filmed, they aren't edited. So we need to give them some time, and we need to wait patiently. And I guess we'll just be watching reruns. But we will be back to talk to you guys and chat with you guys and kiki with you guys, and let us know what you think about our first podcast, which we should watch, and what do you want to hear.
I promise the second one will be even better.
It'll be even better, and it'll be a little bit more lighthearted.
And probably shorter. So
Yeah, way shorter.
we went over our time because we had
Yeah,
so much stuff to talk about. But
and it's important. Just please, guys, if you've made it this far, thank you.